Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Bridget Daly for Clever Music, hanging out with the guys from Marianas Trench. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Fresh off a plane from Canada.
Yeah.
I like being the first stop.
Yeah, like we came straight from the airport to here.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So, speaking of being fresh off of something, you just finished the album, Ever After.
Yeah, a couple days ago, and we pushed it to the extreme limit. It was like right before the record. It was, I think our deadline was 9 a.m. It had to get delivered in New York at 9 a.m. and we finished it at 5 a.m. but in Western time. So we finished it like the hour it was due, sort of thing.
Wow, wow. So, like, right up into the last minute, were you guys making changes, like big changes?
Yeah, yeah. Well, what we had to do was, like, I wanted the record to feel like one piece of music. So the whole record, the idea was that the whole record would play continuously.
Right, I read that. That's
and
cool.
So all the songs bleed into the next one. So we hadn't done all the transitions yet. So that was what waited till the end. And at the time that we sent it off to the manufacturing people, we had never even listened to the album through. And we were just kind of hoping that it was going to be good, because we didn't have time to sit there for another hour and listen to the record after that to make sure that it all flowed okay. So we just kind of we're winging it, and we just sent it off. But it did turn out good. So
the title of the album is Ever After. You mentioned fairy tale, so
it's a whole. It's basically like, you know, most of those modern day fairy tales are usually about you know, people getting trapped in some place and trying to get home. So that's kind of what it is. Like, you know, like Narnia or any of those things are always sort of have that theme to them, right? So it's kind of got that story. It's a thin story, but it does sort of piece together all of the song lyrics and stuff, and it is sort of a cohesive thing.
So does it have a happy ending?
Mostly. It has a bit of a bittersweet ending, but it does have a happy ending, yeah.
That's really cool. And what about like the album artwork? Does it like go with the...
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh, I'm very excited.
So in this fairy tale world, it's like it's sort of like a Toyland thing where all the evil characters are these toy soldiers and stuff. So for all the artwork, we wrote out the story, and the album booklet actually looks like a children's like book, like a storybook.
Cool.
And then there's pictures of us where they took, I don't know, how do you guys explain how those look? It's hard to explain. It's kind of like they made us look like toys, so it's like they superimposed.
Changed all the joints on your arm, so
like
it looks like you're like
GI
gentlemen.
Oh my God.
Or like toy
soldiers, right?
Yeah.
Except they're all soldiers and I'm a jack-in-the-box, so I have like no legs and a spring coming down into this thing. Yeah, it's cool.
Great. That's
Yeah, it's
awesome. Cool. It's like Toy Story, like on speed or something.
It's like Toy Story if Tim Burton had done it or something.
Yes, exactly. I really like that. Well, speaking of singles, I mean, you Haven't Had Enough is out, and the music video, gotta say, like one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Well, that was thank you. That was we were trying to sort of open the story with us getting trapped in there and getting turned into toys and stuff, because that's sort of what happens on the record, right? So I think it's a little confusing, the video, but
yeah,
I think
it isn't us because we know what's going on, and everybody else is like, what is that?
It's still cool.
Yeah,
Whatever,
Lots of
it's cool.
stimulus.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
It definitely keeps you watching, that's
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
flashy.
If you watch our videos, we like lots of stimulation and not necessarily common sense. It's just like more information.
And rarely serious. The videos are
yeah.
rarely serious.
Well, I really like that because it tells a story. So what's the concept behind it? How much kind of creative control did you guys have over it?
It's always a joint thing with us and whoever's directing. That one was pretty. It started out that we wanted to do a lift-up video. That was the original idea. It was like, oh, let's do a big lift-up video, and we'll get like 5,000 people in it, and they'll all be singing the song. We'll do that. And then it was like, well, wouldn't it be cool if we kind of did, it was like a lift-up video, but we were getting trapped in this Toyland thing, like on the video, and then we sort of slowly ditched the lift-up thing. And there's still a few bits like that, but that idea kind of went out the window.
So you're from Canada and you've made the transition over to the U.S. Come so far. So what was it like? Was it like, you know, getting into the U.S. market after being so big in Canada? Was that tough for you guys, or was it an easy transition for you?
I think it's kind of fun starting over.
You know, it's easier or it's different because when you've sort of started from the bottom and worked your way up somewhere, at least now you know you can do it. The first time there's a little bit of blind faith, you're hoping it happens.
Right.
We know we've got the tools and like the songs and like the ability to get there. Whether it happens or not, it's hard to say. There's a lot of factors and luck that come into play. But it's different when you don't know you're just trusting that it's good. But I feel like, you know, we know the product, like what we have and what we've worked on is good stuff, and it makes it a little bit easier. You can go there with a lot more confidence.
You guys, looking to the future, are heading out on a really cool tour. Forever the Sickest Kids, The Cab, Simple Plan. How do you guys hook up with all those guys?
The Simple Plan thing, like they're also Canadian, and we've played. I don't think we've played shows with them, but we've done like
Festivals.
in Canada. There's stuff where we've headlined a festival one day and then they've done it the next day. So we've kind of hung out with them a few times.
Cool.
And it was just sort of a good opportunity for us to get some exposure in the United States, and then we could. Then when we do the tour in Canada, we can actually help and bring some people out. So like it was sort of like we're doing each other a favor kind of thing. But it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be really cool.
And I read this. I don't know if it's true. I mean, I read it on the internet, so I'm assuming it is.
Everything on the internet is true.
So you guys are going out on tour with All Time Low as well in the future.
They're on the
That's
Simple
right.
Plan. Yeah, right. They're on the
the
Canadian
Canadian
leg.
one.
They're on the Canadian leg.
Okay, cool. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be like the second leg.
Yeah. They're
Sweet.
doing the Canadian leg, which should be fun. We haven't played shows with them before, but we've spoken to each other online, I suppose. That's
Oh,
about
cool.
it. But it should be fun.
Since you guys are going out on tour, I have to ask you, what is your most bizarro fan experience that you've ever had? I know there's got to be something crazy someone's
It's a
done.
tough question because
There's
I always think when there was a
Everything starts to seem normal.
A girl made a doll of me and cut off her own hair and dyed it blue and taped it to the doll as the hair, and it looked alarmingly like a voodoo doll. And she was like, "I made this for you."
Oh my God. Okay, that is not normal.
That's
So
creepy.
That's
when
a
that
true story.
becomes normal for you, just know that me from the outside. I'm
That
telling
should
you
never
that's
be normal.
Not normal.
That should never be
not.
normal.
there was a fan that politely asked all of us if she could, like, she wanted to come up and just like lick our face.
Oh yeah,
you remember that?
That
And
was.
she was
Ew,
dead
she's
serious.
so
Dead
running
serious.
I remember she was, and I was like, who
She
would
would
love?
like
She would
sneak
creep
around.
around.
I forgot about that.
She looked like
Fearless.
Jim Carrey in Ace Ventura when he was doing that thing. Like she looked just like that, but she was creeping
It was
around
like
and
her
face
fetish or
licking
something.
people.
It wasn't like a sexual thing. It was just
No,
like
she just-
wanted to.
Just wants to be near you guys. So just really quick to recap, the album Ever After comes out November 21st,
Yep.
digitally in the US. And I want you guys to just give me like a few adjectives. Give fans a little taste of what we can expect. Give me like 3 solid.
Mauve.
Spicy.
It's very picante, yeah, I would agree. It's an adventure. You know what it is? It really moves around stylistically a lot, but I think
So potpourri,
it's a
mix.
Ah.
gumbo.
gumbo.
Chicken stew.
It's a
Jambalaya.
It's a
Pepper
booyah
gumbo.
base of melodies and notes and rhythms that takes you on a sensory adventure.
That's beautiful.
Enjoy.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, guys. You guys have been great. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having us.
Good
Thank
luck
you.
on the tour. And you guys,
Thank you.
in the meantime, while you're waiting for the album, make sure to check out Haven't Had Enough. The music video is sick. You'll love it. The info is down below in our info box. I'm Bridget Daly for Clever Music, and I'll catch you next time.